Hello, everyone. Welcome to Intuit's 5th annual Trans Plus Summit. 5th. My name is Jessica Dark. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm so honored to be your host for today's event. Now, before we get everything kicked off, we want to respectfully acknowledge the Tamiyan, Ohlone, Ramaytush, and Muwekma who have stewarded this land in Mountain View throughout the generations. We ask you to join us in acknowledging their community, their ancestors, and elders, both past and present, as well as their future generations. We also acknowledge that our presence on this land is the result of occupation of indigenous land. This acknowledgement is part of our ongoing commitment to work towards honoring the ongoing legacies of the Tamiyan Nation, Ohlone, Ramaytush, and Muwekma indigenous people around the world. Now, throughout the summit, multiple people will share their own personal stories and opinions. Now, while they're not speaking on behalf of Intuit, and the views and opinions expressed are only those of the speakers, we are grateful that we've been given this opportunity to speak today and share those opinions and stories. Now, this leads me to introduce my first set of speakers onto the stage. Help me give a warm welcome to some of the key folks that have helped grow and support this event this year. Mark Serber, my co-leader, and Meredith Swinney, one of the co-leaders for today's Trans Summit.
Hey everyone, my name is Mark Serber. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm so happy you're here with us today in person and virtually. As a global co-leader of the Pride Network and a member of the Trans Advisory Board, I'm so proud to help kick off Intuit's 5th annual Trans Summit. It is amazing that we've been able to put this event on for so many years. For me, growing up as a young trans person, the trans narratives I saw in the media led me to believe that having a thriving, successful career was not achievable for someone like me. Despite being raised in an incredibly loving, accepting, and inclusive family and community, I looked at how others like me were represented in the media, and I internalized the belief that being trans meant a life of limited options for employment and acceptance. This is why representation matters. Because when we can proudly stand up and tell our own stories, we are able to take control of our own narratives. And when we become visible, we become real people rather than abstractions to others. Our transness simply becomes humanness at that point. I never thought I would be standing here on this stage, or any stage for that matter, representing myself as a leader who is leading in an organization and a company who is also transgender, getting the opportunity to lead while living in my truth. And I am so proud to be able to do that here at Intuit. So thank you for joining us today. And for those who are in the Trans Plus community, thank you for joining us today and for being here tomorrow. And for the allies that are here, thank you for being with us. With that, I am honored to introduce Meredith Swinney, who has co-led this year's Trans Plus Summit, and they're going to tell us a bit more about what to expect from today's session.
Thank you, Mark. Hello, everyone. I am Meredith Swinney. My pronouns are they and she. I'm a program manager here on our Global Tech Learning team at Intuit and have the distinct privilege of being one of this year's co-leaders for Trans Plus Summit. Before I begin, a content warning. I'm going to read it verbatim so I don't miss anything. This is especially for our Trans Plus folks and those close to our community. Throughout the day, there will be stories that are uplifting and some that are painful to hear. The content in stories may be sensitive. It may make you uncomfortable or bring up difficult memories, making it emotionally and intellectually challenging to engage with. Please be sure to not only flex your empathy muscles, but be mindful and take care of your own mental health. Our theme for this year's Trans Plus Summit, envisioning a thriving Trans Plus future, could not have come at a more vital time. Several weeks ago, Next Benedict endured a level of violence that no one should have to, which sadly resulted in them choosing to end their life. Next is one of the many Trans Plus youths that we will not see grow into an incredible Trans Plus adult, a future cut far too short. Throughout the day, I encourage you to think beyond this moment. For our allies, I urge you to create an action plan for yourself to safeguard the rights and lives of Trans Plus folks. For our leaders, I want you to find ways to not only support, but remove barriers and biases that impede the growth and prosperity of the Trans Plus workforce. For our Trans Plus and non-binary community, a community I'm extremely proud to be a part of, I wish for you to remember that even in the bleakest of moments, there are so many people with an unwavering amount of love and support for you. And with each passing day, we are incredibly inspired to see you thrive. And with that, please allow me the pleasure of introducing our VP of Customer Education at Intuit MailChimp, Erica Patinsky.
Hey y'all, thank you Meredith and Mark. It's an honor to be here today to open our 5th Trans Plus Summit. A warm welcome to our employees, speakers, and guests. Meredith said, my name's Erica Patinsky. I lead our education and enablement team at Intuit MailChimp, and my pronouns are she, her. I'm incredibly grateful to be one of the executive sponsors of the Intuit Global Pride Network. On top of that, being a part of the Trans Plus Summit is such an honor. Thanks for inviting me, y'all. I won't hit the mic again, I'm sorry. When I first started at Intuit MailChimp, I was awed by truly being able to bring my full self at work. I could talk about my wife and my daughter and all those things, and it was amazing. I'd never experienced that in my career. So, with this new bit of bravery, I started showing up, and I went to my first Pride meeting. And then I just kept showing up and listening for where I could help and where I could help create that bit of excitement and opportunity for other folks to feel that awe. Of course, it hasn't been all roses and rainbows. We've addressed some tough issues, and we've done so much for our LGBTQIA+ community. And we still have more work to do, which can be kind of overwhelming at times. But opportunities like this are all of our chances to listen deeply, reflect, show up for ourselves and for our community. And this is an incredible chance to imagine an even better place where we all belong just as we are. With all that said, our theme is envisioning a thriving Trans Plus future. For me, this means a future for all, a future where individuals can focus on being who they are and not leading with an explanation of their gender. I see it very clearly. A Trans Plus future is a world where you simply live your truth in an accepting, kind world. It means being the best of who you are. Whether you're beginning your Trans Plus journey today or have been part of the community for years, I want each of you to have the opportunity for a bright future that's thriving. We all deserve this opportunity, and I'm so proud that Intuit believes this as well. It's amazing that this is our 5th Trans Summit. I wish everyone could work for a company as inclusive and open as Intuit. So as you listen to our speakers today, you'll also understand why diversity, equity, and inclusion aren't just words at Intuit. They're who we are. We all have the opportunity to thrive in a safe, inclusive, and ethical workplace. We can have open dialogues. We can grow our careers and truly do the best work of our lives. Intuit puts people first. I see it and I feel it every day. Everyone is free to be who they are without discrimination or judgment. I'm so honored and proud to help build awareness for a Trans Plus future. And I'll also continue to be a part of our very long history supporting LGBTQIA+ rights. That includes our amazing partnership with the Human Rights Campaign, where we continue to be named a best place to work for LGBTQIA+ individuals and equality, which is huge, y'all. Okay, so here we go. Today, we have some amazing guest speakers for you. Our first session is educational, to make sure we're all on the same page as we have our discussions today. This session will provide facts on living as a trans or non-binary individual, help fill any knowledge gaps, and correct any inaccuracies or misleading information that's been seen in the media. Up next, we'll discuss leadership and Trans Plus futures. Steve Iacobelli from the Gay Leadership Dude, which is an excellent title. We'll discuss the specific needs of LGBTQIA plus individuals as they grow in their careers. They'll also share best practices in supporting and elevating employees under the Trans Plus umbrella. Then we're going to have a special session on inclusion's role in recruiting Gen Z and Alpha. As Gen Z and Alpha enter the workforce, inclusion plays a really significant role in ensuring we attract and grow the best talent, including supporting our queer and Trans Plus folks, and highlighting that we are an employer of choice. This will be followed by what we call a practical session, an opportunity to learn how to support Trans Plus employees in the workplace and in your communities. So again, welcome, but before we get started, let's take a moment and hear from our CEO, Sasan Goodarzi.
Hi everyone, I'm proud and excited that we're hosting our 5th annual Trans Plus Summit here at Intuit. I've always said that diversity is a fact, but inclusion is a choice. And at Intuit, we choose to believe in inclusion. We make that choice for 2 key reasons. First, because it's the best way for us to create a great place to work that attracts top talent, where people feel safe and can bring their whole selves to work. We believe that's how innovation thrives. And second, when we have a culture where all voices are heard and our teams inside the company truly reflect our customers outside, that's how we best serve our customers and achieve our mission of powering prosperity around the world. Today's event is an important way we're choosing inclusion, taking time out of our workday to openly talk about the rights and experiences of Trans Plus folks in how we choose inclusion. It's how we put inclusion into practice and make real the idea of bringing our whole selves to work. I know firsthand what it's like to be excluded for just being who you are. I came to this country at the age of 9 from Iran, and I was bullied and excluded just because of where I was from and what I look like. At times, I wanted to be anything but who I was. It took me a very long time to honestly accept myself and learn to be proud of my authentic self. That's why I believe so strongly in events like the Trans Plus Summit. They're a way for us to collectively declare that we're here for each other. That, no matter our unique story of who we all belong and are welcome here and deserve the opportunity to do the best work of our lives. While I am proud of the progress that we've made as a company, I know that we're not perfect. I know there's work to be done, both within our company and beyond our 4 walls, and to be safe, ethical, inclusive work environment. My team and I are fully committed to that journey and to helping build a better, more equitable world for all of us and our children. Thank you for joining us today and enjoy the event.